Let's see. Hello. Is this okay connection, guys? I just want to make sure it's all good. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Hello, hello. Yes. Connection is fine. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I'm just waiting on my friend Keosha. I'm just waiting for Keosha to join. Hello, everyone. I just literally rushed back from the protest. I was just there and I rushed back in just now. I just washed my hands and everything. So I'm a little frazzled. Sorry about that. Hello. Let's see. Keosha, where are you at? Hello. Thank you everybody for tuning in, by the way. I really appreciate it. Hey. How was the protest? Was really good. The protest was really good. We had to leave early because I did have to come do this live, but it went really well. And yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about it because I know that Keosha just spoke at the protest in Toronto right now because she's amazing. Oh, people are being really nice. I'm so happy that everyone's tuning in. Yes. Okay, Keosha just texted me. She's joining soon. Let's see. Oh, wait. But yeah, the protest went really well. And so many people showed out. And it made me feel really proud. Yeah, it was a really great moment. Oh. I thought that was Keosha. How is everybody? How is everyone right now? Oh yeah, yes. I don't have my sign up here. It's in my roommate's car, but oh wait, no, it's not. It is here. I'll show it to you guys later. It is here. Never mind. It totally is here. I brought it all the way up. Exhausted? Yeah, I feel that. Thank you. Where you at, Keosha? Keosha. It's a lot, to be honest. Yeah, no, it is a lot. Thank you. I'm staying safe. We made sure that we were all extra safe, and from where I was and what we were doing, it was a peaceful protest, so. Oh, sorry. I love Spain. Anyone who knows me knows that Barcelona is like my second home. I'm obsessed with it. Keosha, where is you? Oh, no, it's not her. I thought I saw her name, but it's not her. Hello to Vancouver. Do a little UF dance. That's funny. There's actually a lot of music at the protest, which was It was so awesome. There was a couple people who brought massive speakers, and they played the best music. They were playing, they played Black Skinhead. That was amazing. They played Rage Against the Machine. They played Fuck the Police. It was dope. I loved it. Hello, hi Kimmy. Hello everyone. Yes. Where is Keosha? Keosha. Should have brought a boombox with you. Honestly, I should have. When I got there, I realized I should have. Oh, it was so good. I think I cried. Oh my God, is my makeup messed up? I didn't even look at that. I cried several times. Like a lot of it actually being though, this time, happy tears today, because just seeing everybody in solidarity together, I don't think I realized how powerful that was going to be until I was there. And that was amazing. And I was really happy to be a part of it. And someone just said, yeah, you could feel the energy from everyone around. It was insane. It was like adrenaline on 100,000. It was amazing. Season 2. Did I bring my crystals to the protest? I think I had one. I did. I brought a moonstone to the protest. Yes. Yes. 1 second. I'm just gonna open up my computer real quick. Here we go. Keosha, where is you? Let's see. Sorry, I was not paying attention. Yeah. To be honest, yeah, I appreciate the Utopia Falls talk, and I love everybody who came over from the Utopia Falls family, but today is going to be a different discussion. I'm just trying to get Keosha on here. I'm trying to message her. I did hear about that. I did hear about there's a Black transgender man who was shot and killed in Florida a couple days ago. I posted about it. It's really bad. No problem, guys. I feel like, at least for me, I've been having a really hard time handling what's going on, and I've tried to post about it as much as I can. And I wanted to actually make a video about it, but I feel like I feel like I just would have gotten in my head about it, and I just thought that maybe a live was the best, most authentic way to communicate how I'm feeling right now. And my friend Keosha, who's going to be on here, this is literally what she does. She's incredible. She does a lot for the Black community, especially in Toronto. She's amazing. Where is she though? Let me see this. Keosha. Someone said, when is your friend going to come? I don't know. I'm wondering where she is. I'm wondering where she is right now. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, yes, yes, she's here. Hey. Now I can stop babbling.
Hey,
Hi. Hey, hello.
how are
Thank
you?
you for coming on here. I'm 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 actually I'm okay. I'm feeling, to be honest, like I just came back from the protest, and same as you.
hmm
Um and that gave me like to see everyone come together as like a community really felt like a power up, to be honest, from feeling so low and
hmm
exhausted lately. And to see everybody together, I was like, and to be here, it was like there were a lot of white people there, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was really emotional the whole time. I was really emotional, and just to have everyone together, it it gave me a sense of this adrenaline rush and this power coming out of it. And yeah, that's how how are you feeling? Because I saw that you spoke today, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling a mix of things, and I'm really grateful for this space and to be chatting with you because I feel like we just all need the release right now. There's just so much going on. I agree with you. It was really beautiful to see like everyone come together, rise up, and make noise. But it was also really unfortunate that there are people who don't see what we see and are not on the same page and are not fighting for this fight. I don't know if this happened in LA, but in Toronto, there was white supremacists who ruined some of the protests for us and were extremely insensitive and inconsiderate.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it was hurtful for me. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
overall the protest was okay and went for the most part successful.
Yeah,
Obviously, the work is not done. There's still lots to be done.
yeah, yeah.
But there are people who are so angry and so full of hate that they felt like they needed to do that during a protest. And that is like what's on my mind right now and still going through my head. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that we can't even peacefully protest without them making it unpeaceful. You know, a lot of people prior to this were keep saying like, make sure you guys come with peace. Remember, this is not a riot. This is a protest. It's not the protesters who are not choosing to be peaceful. It is the bystanders, the bullies, the hateful people, the white supremacists who
Yeah,
are the ones making it not peaceful.
yeah.
There was this one guy who literally opened up his window and told us to shut up and then threw a bucket of water out his window at protesters. This happened a couple hours ago. And I am mind blown that people think that's acceptable, that people think that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I'm just so much, sis. There's just so
Yeah,
much to unpack.
yeah, yeah,
I want to hear from you and hear from everyone in this chat. Thank you for tuning in with us.
yeah.
How are you feeling? For those who are at the protest, what did you receive from it? What are we doing moving forward? How are we dealing with this together? How are we collectively rising up and spreading awareness and making sure that our voices are heard, and that things things don't get normal, they get solved, because I don't think we're looking for normalcy, because this things will never be normal because of these systems that have been put up. But
Mm-hmm.
there needs to be some type of action and solution. So
Right,
what are we going to do?
right, right. I'm so sorry that happened to you and to everybody that was there. That's so horrible. Um, to be honest, where we were also, because I did have to leave a little bit early to come to do the live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so from when we were there, we did get to experience like a lot of the positive things. Like nothing, we didn't get to that point. But from what I'm hearing and from even some of the comments from earlier, apparently when we did leave, like there's some shit going on right now. Like when we were leaving and driving away, there were people running down the street. Um, so that was really scary. I think what the freaked me out, to be honest. This was like my first protest,
Mm-hmm.
and I was really really excited to go, and I was just like, yeah, I'm so excited to go. And then yesterday, I'm like, I just thought it, like in my head, I thought of everybody, and I'm like, are you prepared to be like pushed down are you prepared to be pushed down on the ground and
Mm-hmm.
and like arrest? Are you prepared to deal with that? Do you know what to do with that situation? Do you know how to breathe? Do you know how? And it really scared me. Like I didn't even really sleep last night
Yeah.
because of it. But when I did, there's a bunch of cop cars right now, like outside.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I was there. A lot of my friends showed up. Like everybody showed up together. And there was music playing, and we got to experience at least the positive part of it in that sense. But I don't know what's going on right now, and I'm almost scared to get off of the live and check to see. But yeah, I've just been feeling really defeated and low, and I'm anybody who knows me, I'm usually like, I'm an upbeat person. I'm a happy person. I'm very outgoing, and like I feel guilty like laughing now. I just can't. It's just it weighs on me, and I can't even like when I'll put on music and I'll start to dance. I stop. I mean, then I feel like I can't, and I can't get my mind off of it. And you're actually one of the people I really wanted to talk to when I first did see the video of George Floyd, because I know that this is something that you do and you help people with. And again, I'm thankful that you're here on the space to talk with all of us and whatnot. But that's how I've been feeling.
Thank you for sharing all of that, because girl, you're not alone. Like last night, I could not sleep. I went to bed at 5 a.m. I found out that I was speaking at the opening ceremony around 11 p.m. This entire morning, all I had was a bowl of oatmeal. I don't even have the stomach to eat because I'm just so hurt. Like you said, like I'm just so hurt, and I don't understand why can't people get on the same page? Why is this such a awful thing for us to talk about? Why does it get people so angry? And the only answer that I've come up to is this very systematic, ingrained white supremacy and white privilege that people have, and make them uncomfortable with facing the truth and facing what's happening right now. And I've had multiple conversations with multiple people of different races and ethnicities. Some people get it and some people don't. And I think a part of the reason why people don't get it is because they're triggered. They feel guilty. They feel ashamed. So they can't wrap their head around the truth, because if they wrap their head around the truth, then they know that they're part of the problem, and they want to disattach themselves from the problem as much as possible. And that is not okay. That is not okay. And I've seen a lot of people try to apologize and try to act like they want to help, but not really help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because they're being called out that they're choosing to say something, not because they have the intention or the to actually stand up for us. You know what I mean? And I'm getting tired of, white folks and people of color who are being performative with their allyship and only saying something because they don't want to get called out and because they're triggered, when we've been triggered our entire life. Like we are scared. We are scared. When I walk home at night, I'm scared of who's going to touch me, who's going to hurt me, who's going to profile me. You know what I mean? I have to deal as a Black woman, one of the lowest people in the pyramid. You know what I mean? I have to walk with this fear every day. And a lot of people don't have that same experience. But I don't think it's fair just because you don't have the same experience that you refuse to be aware of it. A lot of people are just choosing to not be aware. It's not because they're not aware. They're choosing to look the other way because it makes them uncomfortable. And it's just like, fuck that. Deal with your discomfort. I don't care if you're uncomfortable. You have to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. I think something that I've really noticed, and then you kind of already brought up, is that this happened now, like five days ago? This is 5 days ago. And I posted about it as soon as I found out, the morning of. And there are a lot of people, a lot of like peers and close people who didn't say a damn thing until I posted like a more aggressive post being like, if you're being neutral, you're racist. I started posting, and then all of a sudden, bam, 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 like everybody's posting. And it's like, I see you guys. Like, I see you. Just know that I do check who sees my story. I do see that you've been seeing me for 3-4 days, and now you're just all of a sudden starting to post. Like, and it's just fake. It's fake, and it's
it's not real. And I'm so disappointed. In Toronto, I don't know what it's like in LA, but I'm sure it's similar issues, because this is not a Toronto thing, an America thing. It's a universal thing. This is a global racist problem. This is racism on a global scale. And I think people are not understanding that. And I've had folks even say like, where do the racists live? Where are they? When I'm talking about racism in Toronto, I'm like, what do you mean, where are they? Just because
Everywhere.
you see them, just because they don't look quote unquote racist, they're not wearing red Trump hats. You know, racist people are in your family. Racist people are your
Yeah.
friends. Racist people are at your school. They're at your workplace. Racist people exist. They are everywhere. And I'm tired of people pretending like they don't see it or choosing not to see it. Because I think
Yeah.
a lot of it is a choice. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? It doesn't personally affect me. So fuck all of y'all. And I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
I'm just done.
We're a human race. You know what I mean? That's why even when we're all supposed to be concerned about this. Even if you're fucking the whitest person ever, you listen to the whitest music ever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're a human race. We need to stick up for each other. You know what I mean? Like we should all, this is, like, we should be sticking up for each other. Everybody in the world should be understanding that this is about them too. This is about, I'm sorry. I'm just like,
No,
I'm
it's
so
okay.
flushed.
This is the space to share.
Yeah.
I want the people in the comments to know we see you, we're listening, we're reading the comments.
Mm-hmm.
This is for you as much as it is for us. So thank you for sharing your words and using the space to really just speak what you need to speak, because you should be angry. You should be concerned. You should be going on these rants. Don't apologize for them. And I feel like I'm tired of apologizing for them or seeming too much or too loud, because you know what? No one cares about my well-being, so I should care. I
Yeah.
care about my well-being, so I'm going to prioritize it and speak about the things that are detrimental to my health. If no one else is going to care, then I should care. And I'm no longer apologizing for being too much or being too loud or being too assertive just because I'm talking about something that is harming me and the people that look like me.
Yeah.
I am so
Yeah.
tired of getting backlash for speaking up on things that matter to me. I'm tired of people coming into my DMs and telling me, you know, that I'm talking too much or I'm this or I'm that or I don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what am I supposed to listen to? I'm telling you that I am being harmed. People like me are being harmed. And I have people responding to that with hate, saying, well, you don't understand that this, that, blah, blah, blah. My best friend's black, my girlfriend's black, well, I've lived in the black community, da, 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 da. And it's just like, where is all this defensiveness coming from? I'm
Yeah.
speaking my truth,
Yeah.
my truth, what I experience.
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to listen to?
Yeah.
So nothing you say matters. What you should be doing is listening, not being defensive.
Yes. Yeah.
And being passive.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, and I'm very so ashamed to say this, that it's a lot of people that are around me that I've noticed who are defensive and who are harmful and are deflective.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not about it. And I've had to call out a lot of people, including a few people that I would say were my friend.
Yeah.
And I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, you know, I saw this. Oh, now I'm forgetting his name, but I just saw this on Instagram, and he used the word mute. Like, I'm tired of putting myself on mute. Like, I'm no longer going to be on mute anymore. And I almost feel like ashamed of myself, because there are definitely times where I was like, just because of there were white people around me and I felt like outnumbered, that I had to go with the fucking flow. Like I had to do, and I couldn't say something because it wasn't a safe space. Like, who's going to back me up there? Like, who's going to, if I say something, who's honestly going to back me up there?
Yeah.
And everybody should be done doing that. Like, no longer mute yourselves. And I just want to be as loud and as vocal as possible and do as much as I can. I don't care if it upsets people anymore. And people have to deal with their guilt, like what you said. People have to deal with their guilt and their defensiveness, because I've seen that a lot too. Certain people have been really careful when I've reached out to them with their words, but it does make me upset that, like, I had to reach out. I'm not going to say the people, but I had to reach out to a number of people to post, because there are people that I know that have a huge platform, and I know that they saw my story. Once again, I know that they saw my stories, and I'm like, y'all, like, first of all, everyone has a platform, but you guys have like a platform, like a lot of people are following you. And one of my friends, white girl, like, a lot of her followers it's going to be a white audience, right? And something I actually want to bring this up, because I feel like a lot of white people are saying this right now, and I've heard this actually used as an excuse more than once. A lot of white people are saying that they feel if they post something that it's like who, if I'm just some, like I'm just some white blonde girl, like who am I to speak about this? Am I going to look weird being part of Black
Mhm.
Lives Matter? Am I going to look awkward or stand out of place? And I've heard that actually from a multiple of the people that I did reach out to. So a lot of people said that. So what would you, I don't know, say to that? Because I had a hard time even, it's hard for me right now, honestly, to communicate and
Mhm.
educate because I'm angry. Like I'm angry.
Of course. And before I even answer that question, I want to make it very clear it's not a responsibility to educate. I know we are doing this right now, but we're doing this out of our kindness to somehow come to a place of empathy and love. And I'm going to validate the people who don't want to do that. You do not have to educate anybody. For the people who really care and want to make a difference, they will Google search. They will open a book. They will reach out to people. They will open the conversations on their own time, not on our time and not out of convenience. So you don't need to educate anybody. I'm grateful for this space and that we're able to have this conversation, but I just want to emphasize that it's not even our responsibility.
Right,
What I
right.
would say to folks who are using I'm white and, you know, I don't know how that will look and who am I to say, it's like, because you're white is why you should say something.
Yeah,
What's the point of Black people continuously talking about this
yeah,
when they already know,
yeah,
right? So it's just
yeah,
nothing is being done if this conversation is only with the people who are being harmed. It's
yeah,
the people who are inflicting the harm who need to know. So if your audience is predominantly white, then that is the audience you should be reaching, and you should be using your white privilege to inform and to educate. You should also
exactly.
be using your white privilege to take a step back and make space for people of color, for Black people,
Yep,
for whoever. You know what I
yep,
mean? Because it's frustrating how many white women, specifically, will get seen as these saviors, these people who are so inspiring and so empowering, and they
yeah,
do so much for the community.
yeah.
Um, and Black people do too. Black
I
women
know. Yeah.
doing work, and they don't make space for Black women to get their credit. They don't make space for Black women to get their flowers, and I'm tired of them taking up space.
Yeah.
We're not in this generation anymore where it's all about white women and what white women could do and how white men could succeed. And no, make space for Black women. You are taking up space if you constantly have to put the shine on yourself. So what you need to do is utilize your white privilege to amplify the voices of others who are being oppressed, who are being silenced, who are being marginalized. You should be giving them space to speak, period. Period. You know what I mean? But you have to use your voice.
Yeah.
You have to. You can't stay silent, because then it's just a conversation between me and you. Me and you, the two people who are being harmed.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything. We might feel a little bit better after talking about it, but nothing really gets done.
No. Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you for saying. I'm so happy you're on here. I'm so happy you're on here. Thank you. No,
Of course.
I completely agree. And it's been frustrating to me because I mean, I tried to be a good communicator. I'm not always, I do get, really in my emotions. But I've tried to communicate to people and I know it's not my job, but it was pissing me off. It was pissing me off. And just to see, and to be honest, there's still people, there's still agents, there's still managers, there's still people who represent Black people who aren't speaking up at all. I just also want to say that I've noticed a lot, who represent a majority of Black artists are not at all speaking up. And I've noticed that, and it's really made me rethink a lot of things because, especially music managers and whatnot, but all managers, just to see y'all being silent and to constantly be checking everybody's like fucked up, like
Yep.
excuse my language, fucked up, like just it makes me so mad. And yeah, I don't want to say any names. I feel like I'm putting into specifics. Um, but
What I
that's
love
something.
that, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone, this is not my word, someone tweeted this, but people don't want to ruin their Instagram aesthetic. People don't want to be off brand. And that's pathetic. You know what I mean? That's pathetic. I don't believe in not speaking up for something that's right just because it's off brand or because it's not your. For example, there's a lot of managers, employers, people who sell clothing, who
Yeah.
only promote on their page selling clothing and being a manager and whatever. And it's just like, I don't give a fuck what you do.
I'm over it. I don't give a, yeah.
I don't care what's usually on your page,
Yeah.
but read the room, look what the
Yeah.
conversation is about right now, and evaluate what you're about to post next, because it doesn't matter if you're not an activist. You don't have to be an activist to speak about human issues. And I'm tired of people saying, like, I'm not political, I'm not an activist, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'm like, go over the excuses, because people will use any excuse in the book to stop talking about these things. And whether you are a nail salon, a nailist, whatever the word is, makeup artist, you sell clothing, you can still use your platform to speak up on these things. Stop posting for a day the item you're trying to sell and talk about the injustices that are affecting your customers, that are affecting your customers, or the people that you have on your roster, like you said, for the managers who, you know, are profiting off of Black musicians and Black artists, Black dancers, Black creatives. You know, speak the fuck up. You know, I believe in off-brand. I don't. I will stop posting my selfies for a month if I have to get the fucking point across. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm over. I remember seeing, like, and it's still going on. I remember seeing people posting like bikini shots yesterday.
Same, sis, same.
I literally started crying. I'm just like, how the fuck are you smiling? Like, how are you just being like in the sun, getting your friggin' boyfriend to take a fucking picture of you? I don't give a shit what your body, I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care what your body looks like, whether you're in the friggin' sun or not, I don't give a shit. I don't care about your dog. I don't care about anything. Like, I don't care. And I've been seeing a lot of people posting that shit. I'm just like thinking in my head, I'm like, am I not coping with this right? Am I doing something wrong? How are y'all able to be snap back to reality and just like, oh, I'm okay. Like, I'm so confused because I can't do that. I'm not okay. I didn't get to heal from Ahmaud Arbery when this happened. Like, this is all one back to like long ass cycle, back to back always. You know what I mean? And how are you guys just like partying in a pool, right? I just don't understand. I don't understand.
They don't care enough, and that's the simplest answer. This is not disrupting their lives, and that's where the privilege comes from. The fact that they are so privileged that this is not disrupting their lives. This is not playing a toll on their emotional, physical, and mental health. This is not something that is impacting their life, controlling their careers, controlling what school they get into, what job they get. That's the privilege that we're talking about. You get the privilege of not having to speak about this because it doesn't affect you in the way that it affects Black lives. And it's really sad that people get this luxury of not getting to be part of the conversation when this conversation is our everyday life. This is not just a day. This isn't just something that happened yesterday. This isn't just a hashtag. You know, this has been consistent. This is our life. We walk it, we breathe it, we live it. And they get the luxury of standing back. And I'm calling it I'm calling it out. I'm calling it. I'm tired. If I have to bear this pain, you will have to see the pain. You will have to see the pain. You will have to see my posts. You will have to see my stories, because you do not get to hide and run away from your discomfort. You know, we need to have these uncomfortable conversations.
No, we definitely do. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm getting like caught up. I remember you were talking about fear, and they don't have to live with that fear. And this is a recent thing, and we
cutting out for a little bit.
Arbery. I have. Oh, I'm cutting out. 1 second.
You're back.
Can you hear me? Okay. We good? Okay. But for me, since Ahmaud Arbery, like, I have thought about him every day. I have thought about him every single day, and it's scary to be outside. I love to walk outside. Like, I love to be outside. I swear, I'm so scared when I'm outside. I think about it every time. Like, that's what happened. He was jogging. Like, I'm walking right. That could just imagine somebody just fucking pulled up and killed, like, shot me. And it's so scary. And I remember seeing that video and seeing this video and just thinking, like, just flashes in my head of like everyone I know. Like everyone I know. I just thought of everybody. Like that's immediately what I thought about. And I just saw everybody, like all my black friends, all my black family members. I saw them in Ahmad, and I saw them in George, and I see them in Breonna Taylor, and it's scary that we can't live our lives. Like even yesterday, even me sitting in my room, I'm like, imagine somebody busted in here and fucking like that's so scary.
Right?
That's you're sleeping. That's when you're probably at, you know, other than also being at church, which is also shootings that have also happened there. It's like that's when you're in school, when you're your most vulnerable. Do you know what I mean? When you're at your home, you're in your bed, you're at your most fucking vulnerable. You're with your man. You're not ready for. And just to think that it's scary, and it's scary to live with this fear all the time. I don't want to have to live with this fear. And no matter who I have a baby with, my child's gonna be black.
Yeah.
And I don't want to raise them in a world like this. I really, really don't. I don't want to raise them anywhere. And it's not just America. It's Canada. It's the UK. It's Europe. It's everywhere. And it's really scary.
Really scary. Just want to take a moment I see the comments, sending my love to everybody who's also being affected by this. You know, this isn't, again, if you're a real ally, then this is also affecting you. It may not be affecting you on a black scale, but it is also affecting you. And I think it's important to recognize that. It's a super emotional and high charged time, and it is scary. And I can't even think of children right now. In this climate, I can't even think of children. So I guess, and something we were talking about earlier is like, what are some things that we're doing to cope? And not necessarily forward, but to better ourselves in our health, our emotional, mental health. You know, what are some things that you've been doing the past few days? And it's okay if you don't have an answer. We could kind of come with some solutions together, but.
Right. I mean, to be honest, for me, I was saying this like earlier before you got on, I've been having a really hard time coping, which is one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you. Like I've been having a really, really hard time coping. Like I've been having a hard time smiling, and I know that I should still be able to have joy. People should still, Black people, you should also be able to have joy out there. You should also be able to, don't feel guilty for your laugh, but I do. Like I haven't been able to deal with it properly. Like I said, it's just been an ongoing cycle. I just feel like I never got over Ahmad, and then right away George, and then I never got over George, and then Regent. Like, you know what I mean? And it's so scary, and I'm so fed up. And I haven't really been able to cope with. Well, one thing I have been doing is, I don't know if you've watched the show Watchmen on HBO.
No, but I've heard of it.
Watch it.
It's good.
It made me feel really empowered. It's pretty much about what's going on right now. Regina George is the lead. It's about literally Black superheroes taking down the KKK. It's incredible. So I did watch that, but what are things that you have been doing, or some things that you could even suggest to do?
Well, for me, I think coping is personal, and it's going to be unique and look different for everybody. So for those in the chat, understand that what me and Robyn do, you might not be able to do, and that's okay. Coping looks different for everybody. For me, and this is just how I've always been, it's been speaking. Obviously, sometimes I need breaks because I'm tired of speaking. But there are moments where I can't bear the silence or holding it in, the weight. So I'm reaching out to my friends. I'm reaching out to my support systems and letting them know that I'm not okay. And those FaceTimes, those texts, those messages have been really keeping me grounded to know that I'm not the only one feeling these things, that I am heard, that I'm supported, because this is an easy way to feel alone. It is so easy to feel alone because the news is just feeding us so much negativity and so much violence. So it's you feel hopeless. You feel alone. You feel like your life doesn't matter, that your life isn't of value. Shout out to my friends, my support systems who've been really helping me stay grounded and reminding me to take those breaths. Speaking of breaths, another thing that one of my friends and I, we constantly talk about, her name's Cynthia, is that sometimes we hold our breath and don't realize it. And it doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't really fix what's really going on. But in that moment, just releasing your breath is so helpful. Because we don't even realize how we're just holding our breath sometimes when we're going through moments of stress, going through moments of pain, when we're crying, we hold that breath, and physically that is harming us. So I'm remembering to just breathe. Like you probably noticed in this chat, like I need to let it out and exhale, because Black women don't get the opportunity to exhale. We don't get the opportunity to exhale and take a breather. And it's time for us to redefine that for ourselves and remember to breathe, to remember to rest, to exhale, and to pause. Because we lived our entire life of sacrifices, hard work, because we're trying to prove to white people that we're enough and that we're hard workers and that we're strong and that we're independent. And it's just like, sorry. We need to be taken care of as well. Yeah, my battery's dying.
It's okay.
But it's okay. We need to take care of ourselves. And you know, that didn't look the same for our parents. You know, they grew up in a generation where they were taught work, do not stop to take care of yourself or to self-preserve or to better your health. So what's helping me cope is bettering my health and making sure that I am prioritizing it. And I'm no longer letting people tell me to be quiet, or that I should just keep my head high and my head on my shoulders, or I should just walk away. I got that my entire life, you know. And another thing that gets me so furious is that white people, they don't get told just walk away. If someone is harming them, their parents, their teachers, their friends are telling them to fight back, stand up for yourself, do what you need to do to protect yourself. Black women, Black men, we get told at a young age, walk away, ignore. Because if we don't walk away, don't ignore, we suffer more consequences than white people. So I'm tired of walking away. I'm tired of keeping the high road. I'm tired of keeping my high and being the bigger person. I'm gonna fucking hold y'all accountable, and I'm going to make sure I'm bettering my health by speaking up, taking the breath, you know, standing up for myself, even if it does feel risky or scary. And I know that's not everybody's reality, so still use your own intuition of what's worth standing up for and what's not. But I can't do it anymore. I have to speak up. I have to say something, and I'm no longer walking away. There are too many people on here who think that they could bully me, harm me, hurt me, scare me, scare me. And I'm not walking. Why do I have to walk away? Why do I have to ignore when it's the other way around? They get to call us out. They get to make fun of us. They get to go to the police. We don't get that privilege. We don't get that luxury. So in this moment, in this time, I'm really prioritizing my health and my needs. And my needs is not walking away, because I can't walk away anymore. I can't ignore it anymore.
No, I don't think any of us can ignore it anymore. Everybody needs to speak up. I'm saying as much as I can. I'm learning a lot from you. Thank you so much for posting and doing what you do. I repost as much of your stuff as I can. I'm not being quiet anymore, and I can definitely relate to that. Especially like I went to school in Little Ukraine. It was like, when I say there was literally one other Black kid in my grade, shout out to Jason Ned. Literally, that was it. And when things did happen, and things definitely did happen, like a lot of racial issues happened at my school, like, and they were not handled correctly.
Nope.
And it's so fucked that things would be so different now. You know what I mean? If things that had happened then, I had posted now, or I had even gone news about, or anybody hashtag something, they would be done. It would be done.
Yeah.
And that's something I've also been seeing. I've been seeing a lot of people from my high school and my elementary school who follow me who aren't speaking up at all, or writing things that are very, I have a problem with this. Like, when you're posting, it's been a lot of like white people and people who are not Black posting things that are like kind of ambiguous on the subject. Like, no, post some real shit. Like, people want to learn. And you posting, like, I saw this guy that went to my high school, and he posted like some weird marker thing that had a really, like, you couldn't even know what the message was at all. And that kind of shit, it's like, so you don't really want to speak up. You're just doing it. Let me just save my ass. You know what I mean? And I'm over that. If you're going to be posting about things, post the right things. You know what I mean? There's tons and tons of sources right now.
Yeah.
Post the right things. If you're gonna post, post. Don't just do a little. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of seeing that. I'm tired of people just getting away like with a painting of George and then posting them friggin' golfing or posting them doing whatever. I don't care. Like let's speak up. Let's all speak up right now and let's say something, because I'm so over it. I'm so over it with people getting away with the bare minimal, like them just giving in a little bit of their energy. When I've been using this example a lot when I've been talking to my friends, when a lot of people are like, I don't want to post because it's too hard to see. First of all, there's tons of other things that you could post other than the video. Tons and tons of things.
Exactly. That's just an excuse.
Yeah, and people, let's all remember when Australia was on fire, people were posting burning fucking koala bears. That's horrible. That's horrible. It was hard as fuck to see. People mad that people weren't bringing up the Australian fires. Where the fuck are y'all now? Like, you know what I mean? I noticed the people who have been woke about other subjects not speaking up now. Like, I see, where's the where's the absence? I'm so confused because for us, and I see it.
They don't see us as human. You know, they don't see us as people. And I said this in one of my posts that I made. I am all for speaking up for all social issues when regarding human life. But my problem is we are never part of the conversation. There are a lot of humanitarians and spread love, good vibes, positive people out there who constantly talk about, oh, praying for the world, or we need unity, we need this, we need that. When you're having those conversations, it doesn't exclude Black lives. And that is my issue. Because if you really were a humanitarian, a feminist, a social justice warrior, all these people, it wouldn't exclude Black lives. And a lot of these times, these people who spread love, these influencers, these white people who act like they do something, it's often excluding Black lives. And they get away with it. They get away with it because they think because they post other social issues, that is enough. Forgetting that we are also a human rights issue. So if you're a social justice warrior, if you someone who spreads good vibes and spreads love and spreads this and spreads that, and you're praying for the world, then you can pray for Black people. Not only can you pray for Black people, but you can do something to help, to empathize, and to actually spark change for Black lives. You know what I mean? There are so many resources, there's so many tools. And, you know, I always say this, I'll give people benefit of the doubt. If you really don't know where to go, ask somebody you know.
Right.
Granted, they don't automatically have to give you that information, but that's somewhere to start. You know what I mean? If you genuinely don't know, what is stopping you from asking? That's why I say I take that excuse no more, because if you really are lost or really are confused, but you had the desire to know, you would have asked somebody already. You would have sent that message already. You would have started the conversation already. So if you're not asking, if you're not starting the conversation, you don't care then. You don't care. And same with you. You're like, you don't really want to call names or put anyone on blast, but I will mention this. You know, I had someone come into my DMs and be like, you know, I'm standing with you, after I called out their ethnic group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Similar to that. Sorry, you can hear my brother and sister in the background.
Okay, it's okay.
But I've been posting for days at a time, you know what I mean? Sharing and repost a bunch of things about what's been going on, not just today, but every day. And the one time I post that specific to this ethnic group, they come into my DMs and say, I'm standing with you. I'm standing with you. And when I try to let them know why that was wrong, and that you're only standing with me because you just got called out, because you felt targeted, because I brought up your people, that is not enough. That is not actually standing with me. That is you defending yourself. And they weren't listening. They weren't listening. All they wanted to do was defend themselves. And it's just like, if you're really standing for me, where have you been? Where have you been? You're only something now because I mentioned your group of people. But you've been watching my stories every single day. You've been watching my stories every single day. You have not reached out to me. You have not replied. You've not shared anything. You've not done anything. But when I actually confront your group or your community, then you want to send me some really shallow and pathetic and fake and disgenuine, I'm standing with you. You're not. You're not. No. And me calling that out is not me being insensitive or not understanding. It's me holding you accountable. And you need to understand that when you're being called out, you're being held accountable. It's not your moment to get defensive. It's not your moment to try to deflect. It's not your moment to be like, okay, but or but blah, blah, blah. No, just listen. Just listen and empathize. When you come with a place of defensiveness, nothing is going to get done. Nothing is going to get done.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I completely agree. And a lot of people have been getting defensive. And I ask, question that defensiveness. Really, like, I'm a believer in diving deep. Really dive into that defensiveness and what that is. I am happy to say that when the video did first come out, I did have people reach out to me, though, on the first day saying, what are the right things to post? What are the right materials? What should I be reading? Educating yourselves right now on the issues that are going on. But shout out to those people who did reach out and who did say, and early on when they first heard about it, I feel like a lot of people, this is a great thing, because I absolutely know this happens. I feel like, not a great, but people I always notice when people start to, they'll wait, like, oh, is everyone going to be talking about this? Is this going to be a thing? Like, let me wait and see if this is going to catch on, because I don't want to be the only one speaking out. Like, a lot of people think that. And it's just when you see something, if you think that your intuition tells you need to post it, you talk about it, then fucking post it, talk about it. Don't be like, wait, let me wait it out, see how this all plays out. And then when it's the hype of things, let me join your group, let me tag along. I think a lot of people have been like tagging along and they're not really for it at all. And it's so annoying.
They don't they don't, it's like, this is what blows my mind, that a lot of people are posting because they don't want to be left out, not because they actually care. They feel like if I'm the only one out of all my followers and following that isn't posting about this, then I'm going to look alienated and I'm going to look wrong. So I'm just going to do it to save myself, not because they genuinely care. And that pisses me off. And that's what performative allyship is. It's doing it to follow the status quo, not because you actually care or you're concerned. And I'm so tired of it.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. There's literally like the cop helicopters all around here right now, and I can just like hear them outside my window.
It's so come to a close and kind of talk about what are some next steps. There's a lot going on in the chat. I'm appreciative of every single person that's on here, because there's so much going on right now specifically. So you taking your time out to just listen, share is so important for me, for her. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here and doing this. You're incredible. Everybody, please go follow her. She's amazing. She's a lot of information on what's happening right now. And just thank you. You're very great. Community. And thank you. Thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you. Any last things you want to say for both Black folks on this chat and the non-Black folks who want to be an ally?
Everybody just speak up. Please, I hope that, if you're tuning into this later and this is a saved chat, please watch the whole thing. Please fight. This is all of our fights. Fight for us. We fight for you. It's time for you to start fighting for us. Stop killing us. We don't want to be dying anymore out there. It's scary. I don't want to have to live with fear anymore. I don't want you or any of my people to have to ever live in fear anymore. So people start speaking up. It all starts with you. It's crazy to see how many people it sparks. Everybody, it sparks off somebody. Somebody saw my post and said, I had no idea. And then they go and post it. You have no idea how many people will be of what you're posting. And it'll benefit so many people. It'll create awareness. And that's what everyone needs to be doing. So and thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you so much. You are heard. I'm going to go back and look at the comments as well. Thank you so much for being here.
And remember that when you leave this chat, when you leave this conversation, that the work needs to happen both offline and online. I understand not everyone has social media. Not everyone has the means to post or be visible So do the work offline as well. There are many resources where you could sign petitions, where you can make calls, make emails, donate. Not everything has to be a financial barrier. I know that money is an actual accessibility issue. So donate whatever you can. Find those petitions, you know what I mean? Do what you can at your capacity. Just make sure it's genuine, make sure it's intentional. That is the only way we'll reach a collective space of peace and love and radical empathy. I love you all. Thank you,
Thank
Robyn.
you.
I see the
Thank you
comments.
so
So sweet.
much. I
Thank you,
know.
everybody. And I hope you well.
Okay. Thank you so much, Keosha. Bye. Have a beautiful. Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. I'm gonna save this. And all of you are seen and all of you are heard, and this is a safe space. I know things are really hard to talk about right now, so I hope that you could be vulnerable and you could come and be authentic and genuine with us in these conversations. Thank you so much.